Hey y'all, it's Emily, and today I am coming to you with a pandemic pivoting video. What the heck does that mean? If you have a business, you probably are wondering, how can I make money during this crazy time? How can I make sure that my sales, that my revenue, that my customers all continue to grow in a time where people are being more cautious with their money and trying to be more responsible with their spending? So most of you guys know me, for my entrepreneurial ventures. I am the creator of the First Funnel Accelerator, where you can learn to build a sales funnel in 21 days. I also have 2 books that are available on Amazon, as well as a whole bunch of other classes and resources that I share online. But what most people don't know, or maybe have forgotten, is that what I teach is not necessarily what I've learned in my own business. Running a coaching / consulting business, I think is very, very different than running a product-based business or running a service-based business. Selling information versus selling an actual product or service varies. And what I found is online, a lot of people that share marketing advice are sharing advice that they've learned selling just information, right? Their business success comes from them selling business advice. So I think that it's important for you guys to know and understand that my perspective on business is very different, because I'm giving you a perspective of what I did to, grow revenue 50% for an e-commerce beauty brand that sells physical products, right? That sells physical things that go to people, not $2,000 courses or $1,500 master classes, but how do you sell a $13 lipstick at scale and grow? So I'm going to teach you the 3 things that I think about as the digital marketing manager for a beauty brand, and what were the things that we did to pivot and be able to keep up with the times and make sure that we stayed relevant and stayed useful during this crisis. Our CEO, Melissa Butler, of the Lip Bar, is amazing at pushing us and pulling the best out of us. So she basically, challenged us to come up with a quarantine pivot, right? How are we going to pivot our content, our marketing, the way that we relate to our customers to be more valuable during this time, and to actually help them in their daily life? Yes, we want to sell makeup, but we also want to have a good relationship with our customers. So there are 3 other C's that you need to consider during the pandemic pivot. The first one is going to be context, the second one is going to be content, and the third is going to be conversions. So when we talk about context, you want to think about how you are positioning your products within the context of the pandemic. Meaning, you want to think about the features and the benefits of your product and why they matter to your consumer right now during this time. So I'll give you an example. At the Lip Bar, we have this 4-in-1 face palette, and I love this because it has your face powder, highlight, contour, and blush all in one place. Super compact, easy to go with, right? Originally, we may have wanted to market this as the perfect, travel item. People not going nowhere, right? So now I have to think about, okay, how can I make this 4-in-1 palette, right? The feature is that you have 4 products in one place. The benefit is that you can do your makeup quickly because you don't have to grab different things. How can I make this relevant during the pandemic, right? Conference call makeup. If you are just waking up, you need to, get dressed really quick. You need to, get on a conference call. Your boss, threw a surprise meeting on the calendar that's starting in 15 minutes. Get out your face palette, put some powder on to absorb some of the oil, put some blush to get your cheeks to pop, your highlight to give them a little sparkle on the nose, and your contour so you don't look like you've been eating up everything in your fridge, and go. Right? So somebody who's like, yeah, I have video calls, I have conference calls, I need to get ready quick, I don't want to do a whole makeup thing, this is going to be valuable to them. So if you're thinking about, dang, how can I pivot my marketing during this time? You want to think about, okay, how can I make whatever I'm selling valuable to somebody in the current situation, day-to-day life routine that they have and that they are in right now? If you cannot make it relevant, you're not going to make money, period. So that's context. Content is how you now communicate those benefits to your consumer and how you make yourself valuable. For us, again, at the Lip Bar, one thing that we did was we knew that a lot of people, I kept seeing the meme that was like, I'm wiggling my mouse, and I'm like, girl, you can wiggle that mouse all you want, but you will be unemployed quickly if that is your strategy for working from home. So the team got together because the marketing team is actually virtual. So we're not based in Detroit with the rest of the company. We actually are based in Atlanta. So we're already used to working virtually, not seeing coworkers, not leaving our house, all of the things that have become the new normal for, so many Americans. So we decided to do a live. Myself and my coworker Alina hosted it, who's the brand manager, and we just talked about, how to work from home and not get fired. And people loved it. It didn't have much to do with makeup. We did touch on makeup a little bit, but it was just more so like, hey, these are just some of the things that I do to be productive when I work from home. And then Alina shared some tips for her, because she is actually a mom of 3 and a wife. So she has a lot more going on in her day-to-day now that she's working from home. So that was super exciting to do, and just be able to, get to know people on a more human level, and not just try to sell them something. We also pivoted our content in our Instagram feed. So if you go on our Instagram, there's a lot of things that are relevant to what's going on in Corona, just things that you can do to protect yourself. Our CEO did a video about tea, a tea that she drinks to help boost her immune system. We've done conference call makeup. We've done quick makeup looks, right? So we are adjusting our marketing to the current climate that's in right now. We're adjusting our content to be relevant. Same thing, updating the language in our captions to identify the problems that currently exist and position our products as solutions. So again, we thought about what are the things that we're going through in quarantine, what are the things that we're going through in this pandemic, and how can we make that relatable to our customers in our content. So that's another thing that we did to pivot. The third pivot was convergence, focusing on our conversion rate. And if you don't know, conversion rate is basically the amount of people that come to your website divided by the amount of people who completed a specific action. So for us, our conversions are based off of sales, right? If we sent 100 people to our website and we got 5 customers, our conversion rate is 5%. For us, what we wanted to focus on was how can we increase our conversion rates by improving the customer experience. And this is really important because oftentimes we get so busy rolling out new marketing campaigns that we haven't sat down to think about how can we improve upon what we already have? How can we improve the website? How can we improve customer service? How can we improve or shorten the customer journey so that people don't take as long to buy from us? Looking at our analytics, so looking at Google Analytics, looking at our comments on social media, looking at our website traffic, looking at our ads, just looking at all those things, we were able to identify areas where there were gaps, like areas where, customers were falling off, areas where customers were confused, things that our customers weren't necessarily understanding. And if your customer is confused, they will not buy. I'm gonna say that one more time. If your customer is confused about your value proposition, about why this is relevant to them in this time, about how to check out, how to use the coupon code, how to whatever, they're not going to buy. Confusion does not equal coins. So we were like, okay, we know that our customers are confused in all of these areas. Now it's our job to close the gap. So we switched around, Facebook ads, we switched around language, we switched around, again, things on the website, we switched around landing pages, buttons. We just did a lot of A/B testing during this time to figure out how can we make this the best customer experience? How can we increase our conversions so that we can turn more traffic into customers? Just because I send 100,000 people to our website every month from Facebook ads doesn't mean that we're going to have 100,000 customers. But what it does mean is that we need to try our very best to say out of that 100,000 that came to the site, 20,000 turned into customers, or 10,000 turned into customers. Shoot, 5,000 turned into customers. And then you want to increase your conversion rates during this time. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope that you learned a thing or two. Definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm at Emily Dollar Cruz. And then you can also follow The Lit Bar at The Lit Bar as well. So you can see some of the things that I'm talking about come to life and be in action. Everything from our pop-ups to our bots to our ads. You'll start to see, the system of marketing, the marketing machine that we run, that have the privilege of running. And how that all works together, because success leaves clues. And as a business owner, you always want to be looking at your peers or be looking at brands that are bigger than you and seeing, what it is that they're doing and how you can take that and implement it in your own business. So again, I hope you guys find this helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.